We're going to briefly talk about what major 6 and minor 6 chords are, and then I'll show you how to play them both as open chords and as movable chords. To understand how major and minor 6 chords are built, it's useful to understand what a major 6 interval is. The interval, major 6, is the distance in pitch between the tonic or starting note of a major scale and the 6th scale degree, or the 6th note of that scale. Here's a G major scale. The tonic is G, and the 6th scale degree is E. E is a major 6th above G. A major 6 chord is a major triad with the interval of a major 6th added above the root, which is the note the chord is built on. Here's a G major triad, which is made up of G, B, and D. Add an E to this chord, and you have a G major 6 chord, which we just call G6. A minor 6 chord is a minor triad plus a major 6th added above the root. Not a minor 6th, but a major 6th added above the root. Here's a G minor triad, which is made up of G, B flat, and D. Add an E to this chord, and you have a G minor 6 chord. Now let's play some major and minor 6 chords, starting with open chords. To play an A major 6, or A6, play an open 5th string and first finger bars at the 2nd fret, strings 1 through 4. A D6 is simply a D major chord, but leave the 2nd string open. An E6 is simply an E major chord, but you add your 4th finger to the 2nd fret, 2nd string. And a G major 6, or G6, is simply a G major chord, leaving the 1st string open. Let's check out some open minor 6 chords. To play an A minor 6, play an A minor chord, but add your pinky to the 2nd fret on the 1st string. A D minor 6 is simply a D minor chord, leaving the 2nd string open. An E minor 6, you play an E minor, and then you add the 2nd fret, 2nd string. To play an open G minor 6, you're going to need to mute the 5th string. In the diagram, I have fingers 2, 3, and 4 playing this chord. You could also use fingers 1, 2, 3 if you like. However you decide to finger it, the finger that is playing the 6th string needs to flatten out a little bit, touch the 5th string, but don't press it down. You want to mute that 5th string. You also want to make sure you're keeping your fingers nice and curvy, so you're clearing the 1st string, leaving that string open. Now let's take a look at some movable major and minor 6 chords. We're going to first look at major and minor 6 chords with the root on the 6th string. Here's a major 6 chord with the root on the 6th string. This is finger 2 playing the root, and then 1, 4, and 3, and muting strings 1 and 5. This is a movable shape because there are no open strings. So I'm playing a G major 6 or G6 right now because the root is on this 3rd fret on the 6th string, that low G. If I move up a fret, now it's on an A flat, now it's an A flat 6. Move it up again, it's an A6. Move it up again, it's a B flat 6. And a minor 6 with the root on the 6th string. So finger 2 is playing the root, and then finger 1, 3, and 4. And in this chord shape, we are also muting strings 1 and 5. Again, this is a movable shape. You can put it anywhere you want. This would be a G minor 6 that I'm playing because my root note is here on this low G on the 3rd string, 3rd fret, 6th string. If I move it up to, say, this C at the 8th fret, now it's a C minor 6. And some movable shapes with the root on the 5th string. Here's a major 6 with the root on the 5th string. Finger 4 is playing the root, and then finger 2, 3, and 1, and we are muting strings 1 and 6. This is a movable shape. There are no open strings. I happen to be playing a D6 or D major 6 right now because the root right here is on this D, string 5, fret 5. Move it up to the 6th fret, and now it's an E flat 6. Move it again, it's an E6, and a minor 6 with the root on the 5th string. Finger 3 is playing the root, and then 1, 2, and 1. So finger 1 is barring strings 2 through 4. And we are again muting strings 1 and 6. This is a movable shape because there are no open strings. This is a D minor 6 that I'm playing because my root is on this D note, string 5, fret 5. If I move it up, say to the 8th fret, on this F on the 5th string, now it's an F minor 6. To play those movable shapes, you need to know the names of the notes on strings 5 and 6. If you need help in this area, check out this video so you can get started learning the fretboard. And for more guitar lessons, music theory, and solo guitar arrangements, please subscribe.